guys, this is Ian here, and I am coming at you with another lesson today. Today I am looking at a lick in the key, revolving around the key of C. It's a 2-5-1 chordal pattern, and the influences that I am drawing off of for this example are guys like Ted Green and Tim Miller and Allan Holdsworth, who rather than just play the whole chord together, all notes together, they use sort of like a contrapuntal sort of moving voices sound within the chord, so it gives it a little bit more motion rather than just playing the chord like this. You know, they're using that sort of I guess you could say right hand technique that drives the motion of the lick. So in this one I'm going to be starting on the D minor 7 with the 9th, and the right hand picking is the most important part, and I'm going to be using the pick and the middle finger for the first part of it. So you're picking this 7th interval, the pick on the D, and then the ring finger skipping a string and going to the C. And then the next interval you're going to be picking, you're going to take the pick again, and you're going to pluck the F, and then you're going to pluck the E with the ring finger. So you're alternating between the middle finger and ring finger. And that kind of gives the sort of like a harp-like sound to the chord. So the first chord, and then you're going to move up to this chord, which is a 4th chord, and it has that stacked 4th kind of sound. You're barring the 7th fret with your index finger, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the 8th fret B string. So for this chord, you're going to do the same intervals, but you're going to start, you're going to descend it rather than ascend. So rather than go, you're going to go. So together those two sound like this. To this chord here, which is a sort of a G7 with the natural 13 and the flat 9, but no major thirds, so it makes it a little bit more ambiguous sounding, kind of like a melodic minor sort of sound. And to play that chord, you're putting your middle finger on the F here, your index finger on the A flat, your pinky on the E, and your ring finger on the G here. And you're going to use the same picking pattern in the right hand that you did on the first chord of the lick. And then that leads up to this chord, which is the same chord for the most part, except for the notes are rearranged. So you're barring the top 3 notes of the chord on the 9th fret here, your index finger, that major triad, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the 10th fret A string. So those two together. So all 4 of those chords together now. And then you're going to play this C major 7 with the natural 13. You're going to resolve it to this chord. So this is the trickiest chord out of all of them, because you're using this Ted Green sort of technique where you're grabbing this note here on the 7th fret. You're grabbing this high B here, and you're not using the pads of your fingers. You're using the lower side of your index finger. So it's kind of tricky, but you have to angle your hand so that your index finger can kind of bar the higher part of that fret there. It's kind of a neat little trick. It allows you to access notes that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get if you used a normal finger position. And then you're going to use your ring finger here to grab the E. So I'm picking the first part of this chord with the pick on the C, middle finger for the B note, pinky finger for the A. Then I'm going to pick the B and then the E. And then after that I'm going to add a little bit more tension and play this C major 7 sharp 5 chord, and it's going to use the same pick, middle finger, and pinky that I used in the previous chord. And I'm going to resolve that to a C major triad. And for the C major triad plus the G string, you can just strum that. And let the 7th ring. That's sort of a Tim Miller kind of technique where he'll leave an open string at the top of the chord, and then he'll move the lower notes of the chord under it. It's a very cool little trick. So the whole lick together again sounds like this. Sorry. Okay, so there you have it. That is the 2-5-1 lick revolving around the key of C. If you haven't heard of Ted Green before, definitely check him out. He is easily one of the best, I think, chordal guitar players that's ever lived. And just really, there's so much information out there that he has written about that is free. You can go onto his website and check it all out. I believe his widow put all of that info up there for free, so it's a great resource. And then he also has some books that you can purchase too, so it's definitely worth looking into. It's a great area for chordal information, and everything from moving voices to improvising counterpoint. So if you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to shoot me a message or comment below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.